What's going on? How you guys doing? Guess where we are? I'll give you one guess. Maybe, probably the greenhouse? Yep, definitely in the greenhouse. I'm going to do this video for you guys. Some of you guys might be wondering why I haven't been putting out a whole lot of content when I'm planting my garden in less than a month from now. We've had a bunch of problems. Last year we had thrips, and thrips, itty bitty tiny little bugs. They kicked the crap out of everything in my garden before I even realized that I had thrips, because I've never dealt with them before. Not this year. No bugs. Zero bugs. So I just want to say right off the bat, this is not I'm not looking for pity or anything, but I have always run my channel where I show you guys my successes, my failures. I try to offer tips and hints, to get you guys to grow better, healthier food. I'm no expert. I'm just a guy who knows stuff, and just a guy who wants to see everybody be able to grow food to feed their family. And that was the reason I started this channel like 4 years ago, right? Just to help people grow better food. Well, this year, we're not doing good. You guys have probably heard me talk about how I think I had some contaminated soil. Well, I've had to replant all of my herbs, my broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, all of that stuff. I'm on my fourth planting of that stuff. I've lost it all. I finally have some growing now, but I'm going to turn the camera around. I'm doing this so I can show you guys kind of the overview of what's happening in the greenhouse here. So normally by now, lean it over. Go gadget arms. All right, so normally by now, today is the 23rd of April, 2025. Normally, right about now, the whole greenhouse is full of plants in solo cups, because I start them off in seed trays, then I transplant them into solo cups, and they finish out the rest of their growth until I plant them in solo cups. Guess how many solo cups I have in the greenhouse right now? 2, 4, 6. I have 6 solo cups with stuff growing in it. That's all we got. So the first huge bag of soil, I bought 9 bags of soil or 8 bags of soil last fall. And it was the same soil I used last springtime in the greenhouse. It worked fantastic. It holds just the right amount of moisture. It stays nice and fluffy. It's cheap. I get big, like 55-liter bags or something for, it was $15. I got them on sale for $9. I think, and I'm just guessing, but I think what may have happened is where I bought my soil bags from, I have a feeling that maybe they stacked pallets of salt on top of the pallets of soil. That's the only thing I can think of. So I'm going to flip this camera around, and we're just going to give you guys a walkthrough on kind of where we are with everything that's growing. And when you see how small things are, you're going to understand how I'm about, on some of the stuff I'm growing, I'm over 2 months behind. I've also lost $500 in weed seeds, garbage, burned up. They all died. I only have 2, 4, 6, 7 plants currently growing out of 40 seeds or something I've tried. Maybe more than 40, probably more than 40 at this point. So let's just do a walkthrough, and I'll just kind of show you guys where we're at. And yeah. So these are our green zebra tomatoes, and look at how beautiful they are. Hey, look at that. And they're not going to get much bigger. They may get about twice that size. But look how gorgeous that is. And those stripes will stay on those tomatoes. So green zebras. These seeds are from 2013. Nice plant, healthy, lots of flowers. Nice plant, nice plant, nice plant. Wah, wah. Look. I'm losing the whole thing. Look at these. It's just starting at the bottom. They're literally to the point now where, look, they just come right off. And this is all the same soil. And this plant is just dying. Right from the bottom, look at the color of the stems compared to the green that they're supposed to be. So something's going on. So what I might do, guys, is you may notice in one of my next videos that this plant just might not be here anymore. I might just remove it. I will need the space on the ground for when I start filling up solo cups and putting them in plastic totes. I don't think I'm going to continue growing a plant. Because if you look near the top of the plant, see? Where was I looking earlier? I don't know if you guys can see that. See, right here? It's already starting to die off. Right along the edge here too. So I'm going to lose this branch next. So whatever is wrong with that, it's working its way right up through the plant. So I'm probably going to get rid of that. These ones are doing okay. See, we got fruit on that plant, fruit on that plant, fruit on that one, fruit on that one. So these ones are okay. That one, no bueno. Here are tomatoes. And I just did these the other day. So there you guys can see how long they are. So basically what I did is I found, this is what I'm using now. I haven't even opened it up yet. I bought 3 of these 85-liter bags of Promix. I got away from Promix because they were full of fungus gnats, loaded with fungus gnats. And I stopped using Promix for the last several years because I started using that Sunshine Mix. But now I think I'm going to actually have to switch back to this because I can't risk using any more of those bags of soil. Like this big, huge ass red toad under there has almost a full bag of that other soil in it. And I got to take this out to my green bin and dump it. I'm not even putting it in my garden. I'm going to get rid of it. So I'm going to be planting the next bunch of stuff in the Promix. But it's okay because it has mycorrhizal spores in it and it comes loaded with fertilizer and stuff. I like Promix as a product, but I don't like the fact that it was loaded with fungus gnats. All right, so we'll do a walkthrough. So we have Tommy Toe tomatoes. We have tomatoes here without a label for some reason. Not sure why there's no label on that. And then San Marzanos. Maybe those are all San Marzanos. It's possible. And then we have mortgage lifters here. They're all right. And we have some blue chocolates coming up here. And they're just coming out a little slower. And then we have black crims here. So the tomatoes are okay because the tomatoes are in a bag of Promix that I found. This right here, I just planted these a couple days ago. And we have dill, rosemary, and parsley. We're just waiting for those to germinate. And we have one little dill coming up here. So these plants should already be, you know, multiple inches tall, and I've already gone through a transplanting. This is another tray of herbs. This is the 4th tray I've planted. Also in the Promix. So cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, Genovese basil, and Thai basil. And you can see we already have a couple little Thai basils popping up. So that's all right. Peppers should be way bigger, but I've lost almost all of my peppers and had to start them all again. So in here we have Alma's paprika peppers, and jalapenos over here. So these, at least the peppers are coming. I think I should probably fertilize them. They're looking a little yellow, so I'll get to fertilizing after. We're using this for fertilizer. So the peppers are coming along, slowly, mind you. Here are red onions, right here. That's red onions. Those are white onions, or yellow onions, sorry. And this is another tray of yellow onions. So they are about as long as my hand is. And I'm going to cut the tops off. If you guys are growing onions, when they get to about this length, cut about 40% of the top of your onions off and they will be much happier. These are my pineapple strawberries. And each one of these from here up, I planted strawberries and they didn't all come in. But I've got enough plants growing, at least, that I should be able to fill up my strawberry basket. Here's more Alma paprika peppers. And these are leeks. And those are red onions. The leeks are coming out not as good as I'd hoped, but, you know, they're growing. And then, oh, sorry, these must be the red onions. And those are leeks. These are seeds from my backyard, guys. Oh, you can't even see. Hang on. There. Kind of hard to see when you're looking straight down on them. There we have more peppers, Hungarians, jalapenos. What's that one say? California Wonders and more Almas. I think those are Almas. Nope, more Hungarians. See, there's another tray of herbs. Check that out. It's just dead. The only thing growing in it are two little silly dill plants. Red onions there. Not doing the best, but growing nonetheless. And then here we have, these are the orange tennis ball sized eggplants, right? So they're all right. I got to cut this one out. Don't grow more than one plant per pot, guys, because then your plants just compete. I was letting this go because if you look right down here, oops, sorry, cut the tripod on my leg. I didn't cut this little one out because if you see right there, right at soil level, you see that little ring right at soil level? It was starting to get affected by dampening off, which is a soil-borne bacteria. Happens when your soil's too wet. So I've been letting this little one grow in case this one didn't make it. So now that they're okay, I'll just choose one I'm going to cut out. And then this is another eggplant. This is Italian oregano that we're waiting for it to germinate. And then here's the little weed plants. So these things should have already been grown past 7 nodes and topped, and low stress training should have already been started. And we're only at, well, 2 nodes and a bit. So they are multiple months behind schedule, but they're pretty, right? Healthy little plant. That is the Chem Dog. OG Kush. That's nice too, eh? Here we have another OG Kush. See, what happened is some of the plants I started and I've gone through all of the seeds, so I can't even replant. This is the OG Blueberry. That's nice, eh? But tiny. And then we have the Gorilla Glue number 4 with a really long stem on it. It almost is growing like it's a male. Sometimes when you grow bagged seed, Sometimes you can tell your males because they're way taller than your females. They just generally grow faster. But these are all feminized seeds, so it's just long and lanky apparently. Over here we have another OG blueberry. Did I show you guys that one already? Might have. And then another OG Kush, like tiny guys. And then see, look, more dead seeds. Gorilla Glue number 4. Trainwreck died. And then this one is struggling. It's a Trainwreck. It's the only one I have growing. So it needs to grow and it needs to be happy. And it's not. And then another dead seed back there. And then these are leeks. And then we've got figs and green onions. And that's it. So as you guys can see, let's see if we can switch this around. So as you guys can see, there's not much going on in here. It is what it is. At least now I have some of those herbs growing, which is good. I've got the basics going. I've got tomatoes going. I've got peppers going. I've got onions going. Garlic we planted in the fall, so I'll have a garlic harvest. It's just, you know, I've been fighting this for the last 2 months trying to get things to grow, and it's just been dead plants after dead plants after dead plants. So, yeah. But you can't let it get you down, but it's disappointing. So May 2-4 weekend is when we plant the garden. I don't get a lot of planting done usually on May 2-4 weekend because there's so much infrastructure and stuff to put in. So what gets planted will get planted. And then the benefit to that is that will just give me a full other week of allowing everything to grow before I go back to the garden the following weekend. If you guys are wondering, I am still trying to get to the meetup. I don't know if that's happening. I am doing my best. It's complicated to get across the border right now, as you can imagine. It's pretty complicated to get across the border right now. So I'm doing my best. Hasn't been much work. So that's kind of kicking me in the balls too. But, you know, we just trudge ahead every day. That's all we're doing. So, and like I said, we're using this for fertilizer right now because it's mild and it's liquid. And I just put a cap or two worth in a spray bottle. And I just give everything a good spray because you can foliar spray that stuff and it'll absorb through the leaves as well. So I foliar spray as well as water with it. So it's going to get things growing a little bit faster. I don't like to push things sometimes because they'll get a little leggy, but you know. So that's what's going on in here. Just thought I'd give you guys a bit of a tour, show you how things are progressing or not, and give you an explanation as to why you haven't seen a whole lot of content from me lately. Because by now I should basically be putting out a video every day because things need to be done basically on a daily basis, but we're not there right now. The only thing I've got to do at this point is over beside me here, I have a bunch of Ziploc bags with melon seeds in them and melons, cucumbers, and zucchini. So I'm going to bag or pot those up maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. So I'll film that just so you guys can watch that. And I have to up pot some of those peppers because they're ready to go. But that's it, guys. So just thought I'd let you know what's happening. I truly hope that whatever you guys have started for your seeds, that you're doing better than me. You know, you can't win them all. I'm currently not winning. I'm not losing, but I ain't winning. So it is what it is. Grow good food, and I'll see you in the next video. All right? See ya.